Good morning. Welcome back to Farming Simulator 25 Remote Off-Grid Homestead Series. Alright, I'm going to do things slightly different today. I need to go pick up my new truck and trailer. And then I will do all my pallet work. So I'm going to take the Unimog and my equipment trailer here and then go pick up the truck. I'll bring the truck back on the trailer. Then I'll park the Unimog and this trailer. And then go take my new truck over to shop and pick up the new trailer. And then get it all loaded up for the trip to the sell point with all the pallets. Alright, I'll see you at the shop. Alright, here I am at the shop. Alright, fold down ramps. Let's take a look at my new equipment. I think this is an old army truck that's been repainted. No, this isn't an army truck. It's too nice for an army truck, but it's definitely is kind of Spartan. Or maybe it's just been an army truck that's been dressed up a little bit. Definitely nowhere near as nice as the Travistar. But I think its capabilities would be much better suited to this rugged area than the Navistar would be. Although surprised it's only a 5-speed. I would normally expect a truck of this size to be at least an 8. Now if it was a true on-the-road truck, it'd probably be either a 9 or a 10-speed. But that would explain why it has such a relatively low top speed as well. It's actually slower than the Unimog. The Unimog is limited to 55, as to where a road truck can easily do. Well, they're usually able to do like 85, but they're limited to 70 by law. Some states only 65. This thing turns like a battleship. The wheelbase is too long. Yeah, this wouldn't even be allowed on a regular highway with a top speed of 49 miles per hour. Yeah, in real world, you would never pump the brakes like that on air brakes because you dump all your air. But in Farming Simulator 25, that actually works really well to give you controllable braking. Alright. Yeah, this is such a mismatch, but do a button hook turn. Alright. Actually, quick like while I'm out here before I forget it, I'm gonna go ahead and park up the Unimog. Let's see here. Is there anything? When is my rice ready to harvest? Alright. Long grain. Alright. Rice won't be ready until next month. Parsnips might be ready today. This is the type of auto unload I like, where I have to bring it right up to the trailer and set it on the trailer. That way it realistically simulates me loading the trailer, but I don't have to deal with the goat being a game interface instead of a real tactile experience. The rice is looking nice. Alright. Yep, the parsnips are ready to harvest. Yeah, if this was a regular series and not where I didn't have any rules or restrictions, I would definitely build a couple more greenhouses full of Napa to make Napa cabbage. Because the production rate of Napa cabbage versus everything else to make kimchi is quite large. I was kind of expecting this to just immediately pop out a couple more pallets of flour, but I guess not. Let's grab this canola oil. My honey production seems to be down this year. I wonder if it's because I moved those two. If I moved those two beehives. Rather like honey tends to ramp up or down depending on if how old the beehive is. Alright. I will see you at the shop. Alright, here we are at the shop now. Alright. So, $21,497. Very nice indeed. I'll see you back at the farm. Alright, I'm back at the farm now. Go ahead and park the new truck and trailer. Yeah, the new trailer is both inconvenient and inconvenient. It's convenient in that it's easier to load, inconvenient that it's harder to unload. But I think overall it's a nice balance, especially as I continue to grow and my workload keeps getting higher and higher. That and imagine watching me load pallets all the time. It does get repetitive. That feels repetitive to me just doing the work. Alright, so since it's the first of the month, I'm going to go ahead and take care of all the water, and I'll be back when the water is done. Alright, finishing up the water now. Okay, let's go have the preserve food factory start the parson. How you doing? Wow, it's burning through flour quickly. That's alright. I'll take my Soviet design, East German built with Chinese parts harvester. And I'll go start on the parsnips. Hopefully, the design flaws in this machine shouldn't be such a problem with the root crop as they were with the spinach and the peas. Yeah, that won't be anywhere near the problem it was last time. Alright. Yeah, this is yielding so much better than the spinach and peas did. Alright. I was thinking if I should bring up the Unimog, but looks like it's going to be 3 trips to the process to the preserved food factory. So it shouldn't be that bad to just run the harvester over there. Alright, I'll be back when I'm done harvesting all these parsnips. Okay. Just finishing up the parsnips. So it's actually, this is the 4th load. There we go. Oh, wait a minute. There's a little bit of mist. Got it now. So I found what this machine is good for. It's good for root crops. While it can do peas and spinach, it's not very good for that. Alright, I'm done with this for the year, so I'm going to go ahead and service it and put it away. Well, there's a pallet of flour. Yeah, the fact that I'm actually taking care of it is something it was never intended for. Soviet and therefore East German industrial philosophy was don't bother maintaining anything. The government can just give you another one. Matter of fact, the way they ran their productions, trying to get a replacement part out of the factory was very, very difficult. The factory had quotas to meet, and the quotas were defined, as whole machines, not by parts. The end result of these is, factories were turning out combines as fast as the quotas demanded, whether they needed them or not, so you'd have these great big fields of equipment just sitting there. And then you would end up, when the actual farms had a breakdown, they would sneak into the depots at night and scavenge parts off of the machines that were just sitting there, because by the time they did the paperwork and the processing to just replace the machine, it'd be the next year. Central planting is such a messed up system. The thing is that it seems so on the face logical, but when faced with humans who are not beings of logic, it just does not work. Alright, I'm gonna grab my windrower. I'm gonna try to condense all these straw windrows into about half of as many as what are there now. Yeah, if I had a wider coverage on my combine, I wouldn't bother. I would just pick up the straw, but my combine has a relatively small header, which for what I've been doing is completely adequate. Not quite a perfect 3-row, but almost. Alright, I'll be back when I have all the windrowing done. Okay, I got the windrowing done, so go park the windrower. And grab the baler. And there we go. Lock the steering axle so it backs up easier. Alright, unfold baler. Reset bale counter. I don't know what I'd do if they ever fixed this baler to actually pick up on the correct side. Alright, I'll be back when the baling is done. Alright, finishing up the straw baling right now. Okay, there we go. So 210 bales of straw. This baler's fairly resilient. Just need $1 worth of work after two fields of wheat straw. I don't want to bother washing the tractor because I'm going to get the tractor all dirty again. I will put away the baler and then grab the bale trailer. There we go, bale trailer. Next. Alright. And I decided I'm not planting any winter crops, so after I get all the bales done, I'm going to grab the planter and start putting in some oilseed radish for a cover crop for the winter. Alright, recording position. This is going to require 2 loads, I know. Alright, I'll be back when this is done. Okay, I got all the bales done. Looking to see if there's any flour. It's not looked to be. Alright. Yeah, since it doesn't appear I'm going to be getting animals anytime soon, I really don't need straw. So, I think I'm going to switch from growing wheat to growing sorghum. Just a second, I'm being tech. Okay. Let me just go down here and check to make sure. Yep. Alright. Yeah, I got a little bit of time left here, so I'm going to go ahead and start planting the oilseed radish. I'm gonna go ahead and order more seeds. Alright, so there we go. Okay. Being yelled at by my wife, so I'll be back in a minute. Alright, I'm on the last pass here of the oilseed radish. For this field, anyway. It's getting kind of late in the day, so I'm not going to do the rest. And beyond that, I'm coming up on my 1 hour mark, and I try to keep these videos around 1 hour. I usually fail, but I do try. Alright. There we go. Let me take a look at this spinach. Spinach is still growing. Needs plowing. Nitrogen bad, yeah. Alright. So next month I'll probably have to harvest spinach again. Actually, I'm going to try fertilizing it tomorrow. Alright. Got rain in forecast. Let me check, make sure I have no flour. No, I have no flour out and exposed, so go ahead and park the John Deere. Alright, this was a nice and productive day. Just like I gotta boop a cat. Boop! Alright. Cat's been adequately booped. Alright, I'm gonna end this episode here. Thank you very much for watching.